Hello, everybody, and welcome to We Grow Wednesday. It is Wednesday, 4/2/2025, April 2nd, guys, 2025. Let's go. It's 8 o'clock Central Time every Wednesday. We're going to play a little intro for 4 minutes and 20 seconds. When we get back, we are going to be talking with our awesome friend, Jonny Paradise. He's going to be a co-host with us tonight, and we're going to be getting into it deep into the health of life, and if you could help us out with the like button, hit that like and share it out. Tag some friends. If you're watching this on the replay, check out the show. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we will be right back, guys. Let's grow.
When the indoor farmer has a tale to tell, under the glow of LED lights where his stories dwell. He's not just growing greens, he's sowing seeds of thought. In a studio with a microphone where wisdom's bought. We grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for our communal time. With Waylon, we'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From Canada's tales to the latest farm tech, he shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time. We'll and we'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From Canada's tales to the latest farm tech, it shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Join Waylon for our journey so fine. Learning, laughing, and sometimes sad, but always together from the good to the bad. He speaks of the benefits, the pros and the cons of the plant that has helped him feel less withdrawn. With guests from all walks, stories to share, Waylon makes sure that no one feels like they're there alone. So come every Wednesday, find your place in his light, where Waylon, the indoor farmer, invites you to grow not just plants, but your soul, your mind, in a world where together we're truly aligned. Tune in, grow with us, let's expand our view on We Grow Wednesday with Waylon. It's true.
Waylon, the indoor farmer, has a tale to tell. Under the glow of LED lights where his stories dwell. He's not just growing greens, he's sowing seeds of thought. In a studio with a microphone where wisdom's bought. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time with Waylon. We'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, it shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time with Waylon. We'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, it shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. We grow and they all one big team, growing
All right, everybody. Hello, hello, and welcome. Looks like we're not live on YouTube right now for some reason. Guess we'll have to check that out. Guys, it's We Grow Wednesday. It's April 2nd, 2025. Let's bring it in. Hit that like button and share it out, guys. We're going to be talking about all kinds of good stuff today with our friend. Here's Johnny. I should have had that ready. What's up? Johnny
What's
Paradise in the house, man.
what's going on, guys? Good to see ya. Hey.
I'm
Yeah,
throwing
man.
off
They
a
won't
little
let us on
bit.
YouTube, man. You know, I want to talk about how the
I
big pharma
wonder.
bad guys. We need to grow our own medicine, so maybe we're it's good we're not on there. I don't want to get
I,
any strikes.
I don't know what it is. It's like something doesn't isn't working for whatever reason. But we'll stay on Rumble anyway. We're on the Rumble Studios. I basically just use YouTube to tell people to come over to Rumble. Either way, but I honestly have had a blast the last few days on it. So we switched everything over to Rumble Studios. 100% of my shows. It's takes some getting used to, and they are improving things a lot. Fast because they are putting so much effort into it. So hopefully it gets better, whatever. But it's better than paying so much. StreamYard was crazy. Everybody was jumping ship over there. But anyway, let's get back to the show. There's a lot going on with food dyes in different states. There's a lot of different talk about different products and whether they're going to be going away and things like that. Everybody is, oh hey, you're in the private chat right now. You have to click the little down arrow and you can go to Rumble or all. Um,
Oh
for some
yeah.
reason we're seems like
No,
maybe
yet.
there's something big going on out there on the internet because
I wanted
not sure
to I wanted
what.
to say something about those food dyes.
Yeah, what's up?
It's just good low hanging fruit we can go after.
Yeah,
A
I've
lot of
talked
people
about it
didn't know.
recently.
Did you hear this red number three story? This thing, it blows my mind. This is
Mm.
something that's in the food our kids are eating, and at the same time, we had banned it 20 years ago from being in makeup products. So you can't apply it to your skin, but you can put it in your kids' candy.
I did not
So
hear that.
crazy.
So it's the same. It's the same one we're talking about. Like, what is it? Doritos and everything that's red except for the cock. What do you? Okay, what are your thoughts on the parasite that they use to make red dye? Are you cool with that? I don't know. I don't know about that.
I,
It's like
I
they're
didn't know
using.
about that. Now that
I'll
reminds
pull
me
it
of
up
the.
here.
That reminds me. I don't know about the parasite used to make the red dye, but that reminds me of the aspartame. How aspartame is made from GMO E. coli, the waste of them. So this is literal GMO germ shit that's in a Diet Coke, and we got like Donald Trump and Elon Musk saying,
We love it.
just
Yeah,
shilling Diet Coke. What are you
I don't
guys
get that. I
talking about?
never did get that. It's like I I don't like the taste of Diet Coke or any diet soda, and I don't drink soda anymore anyway. But when I did, I never liked diet.
I got a sweet tooth myself. I do, but sign me up for some real sugar or give me some stevia. Stevia is a natural plant that we can grow
Sure,
that the Japanese have been eating forever, and
honey,
does it's a natural sweetener. So yeah, honey.
crystallized
There you
honey.
go.
Have you seen
Why
like the
not?
honey, like the turns into like a sugar? When you dry out honey. Um, I gotta. What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna put this little bit of music in here with us, but it's gonna put us like that, and then we're gonna go to X. There we go. So I'm sure almost anything we can talk about, there's a story that you can find on X these days. Um, it's like cochineal parasite or something.
Hey, I'll tell you
Cochineal.
something that reminds me of. Broke today on X. They were testing some of the fog that's coming down from the air. They're finding microorganisms in there. Who knows if there's parasites in the chemtrails now that they're doing?
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, wow,
You
that's a
think it's the
trip,
heavy
man.
metals and stuff like that, but so this is a. I've not seen this video. I've seen like a just a close up on the parasite, but crush the parasites, and then you got red dye. So this is not the chemical red dye number 3 or whatever, but I don't know. Something in me says that that's okay. I mean, yeah, cochineal extract, natural red number 4. Okay, it is a number,
Yeah,
whatever.
bro. I might have been cool with that, but since I know they want us to eat the bugs, I'm done with bugs.
That's the thing that makes me push back. But
So,
oh,
this candy.
I don't want to hear that. Um, but it's a struggle because it's a far cry from like mass like have you ever seen the movie Snow Train? Was it Snowpiercer with uh it has Captain America in it, whatever Chris whatever his name is, and it's about like a future, a post-apocalyptic scenario where the whole planet is like in a snow, ice age, and they have this train that just perpetually goes around the globe, it just never stops so that it doesn't freeze. And there's this whole like unraveling of the story, but basically the people in the far back are the poor people, and they have to eat these sort of gelatin cubes, and then you go through the story and they end up finding out that it's like these big churning like cockroach farms that are just churning, or crickets or cockroaches, I can't remember what it was, but that was just like, you look inside and it's just like millions inside there, and they're able to churn them into these. So like there's a far cry from that, but to your point, yes, like I'm not trying to but they've been doing this for a long time, actually. I don't know how long, but it says it takes 70,000 cochineal bugs to create 1 pound of red food dye. Cochineal bug acts as a parasite to cactus. Oh, it's a cactus parasite. Interesting. Sucks out the fluid and the so yeah, I mean, it's something that's probably been going on for a long time, but it is there's a bunch of newer stuff. To your point, where they're hiding things like cockroach protein in the flour mix. They like it's protein flour. Like, oh, where's the protein coming from? Anyway, um,
Yeah, yeah. This is crazy. These guys they're crazy. They are. They want to take our red meat from us. They want to say that's not good for the
yep,
environment. The opposite's true. When we raise our cattle responsibly, that's the best thing we can do to build soil, to sequester carbon, if that's a real concern of ours. And yeah, the fact that they don't talk about that, it just shows that they got some nefarious agenda. They're up to no good. So yeah, guys,
it's
man, I love that ethos. Our favorite plants and animals, they're gonna give us everything we need, be it food, be it medicine, fuel, even,
yeah.
and yeah, and sequestering the carbon if that's important. So
What do you think about fuel in general? Like, what do you think the is there a best fuel, or is it an answer of like combining things like such as nuclear, hydrogen, oil, coal? Like, what
I'd like
what
to
do you
think
think?
that nuclear can be made safe. There's this idea that there's thorium reactors that work without uranium, so that they're not so dangerous. They can't have the meltdowns. Um, and when I hear about that and I look into it, they say, "Oh, well, it's so much money," and it's like, what are you guys talking about? So much money? You guys print money and you put money like crazy into all of these terrible things, like war to begin with, and on. And you guys can't do like a why can't you do like a mini nuclear reactor? I don't get it. They act like they have to spend so much money, and I think
I've
part of the
seen
reason is that
those.
it takes time. Maybe that it takes a decade to build one of these, but
I,
man,
I
hey, if
saw
we can,
designs. If they're not putting them in practice yet, they are like the size of would fit on the back of a semi truck,
right?
and they're that small, and you could put them in a big network versus one big plant that could, and yeah, there's a lot more safety. It's a lot safer now than it used to be. I totally agree. Nuclear, I think, would go a long way. I like hydrogen fuel for a lot of things, and then you have Elon Musk, who I believe they have like a methane composite that is designed because of the air on Mars, is high in methane. So they're trying to they use methane as a fuel so that they can have a fuel source on the other end, which is pretty smart. But I wonder if we can use methane more. I like the idea of using methane for farmers because they always have a lot of plant waste and animal waste. There's a ton of waste happening there, and if you want to just capture that methane, it should be something. Capture them cow farts, Johnny. We need to have little
Hey, I
bags,
tell
like
you
little
what, man.
vacuums on the back of each cow. They're walking around with these like fart suckers, like just keeping up, getting all the methane out of there. I don't know. Um,
Oh my gosh, crazy, huh? Yeah, well, these biodigesters pretty cool for capturing this kind of methane fuel from toilets like this. Yeah, it's a real thing, I guess. But man, going to Mars, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm
not
like, bro,
sold.
did we ever even go to the moon? Why aren't we on the
Right? Can we
moon? We don't
start
got moon
there?
bases.
Can we start there, please? Yeah, I agree.
I would think that we would have some moon bases before we
Is
go to Mars.
is that
So
music audible to you?
yeah, I hear it a little bit. Not
I
super
want
loud.
I want it to be I want it to be like low. Um, so yeah, I definitely agree. We need to really prove that the moon thing first. We need to make that like
But
happen.
here's the thing.
Um,
Here's the thing. Everything about space is trying to kill you in like 1,000 ways, if not 10,000. Make it work on Earth, guys. Make it work here first. Let's get this whole living thing working here, then we can like shoot for the stars. I mean,
I think I
you
I
want to
get
go
what you
and
mean.
face.
You can't.
You want
It's
to go
kind of like
face.
Jordan. Go ahead. We might have
I,
I
I
might have
don't get
a
it. Like,
delay.
it just seems like it's just not going to work. Like, because okay, so you go to Mars, and then it's like you can only ever even go like every 2 years or something. And so you're gonna go, and it's like nobody can come help you. Nobody can come up, and it's like there's so many things that can go wrong, and it's just like, what's the whole point of this?
Yeah.
And then Elon Musk acts like, oh well, if Earth peters out, then we'll have Mars, and it's like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, you're gonna have some people stranded on Mars for a few years, and they're gonna die too. Like, I like, how are you gonna really make this some abundant, resilient, biosphere ecology that's gonna be something you can live off of? I don't see it without just insane amount of resources that is not realistic, and
Well,
where we'd rather use those resources here.
it's going to
So
have to be profitable, but inevitably, no matter like if you start say we are even confident with doing something like tourism in space, which we've done. There's been a couple of different sort of stunts pulled, with rich people or whatever. And if that was something where they were like, well, we can make money by selling tickets to whatever the space station, inevitably there would be an accident, like there is with any transportation mode ever, and that would be something so horrific. People just getting dumped out into space or whatever, and like the very first time that ever happens, which it happens with astronauts, and we get like it's a super tragedy when we see it happen with like the people who are trained to do it, and so whenever they first try doing that like on a massive scale, like he says with the starship, it's supposed to be able to fit like 100 people, so you would theoretically have like be able to have like work transit for average people to like say the moon or somewhere space
yeah,
station.
I am hearing that music in the background. It's
Is
making
it
it
too
hard to make
much?
you out.
All right, let me pause it. My bad. It's I'm getting used to the audio, and I've had that happen before. But let's get back to you, man. Like I said, so I was in a couple spaces not too long ago with you, but I haven't taught. We haven't had the one-on-one in a while. So what's been up? Like that anything new with you now that you're not like working on a campaign or anything, right? You'd be doing something like what do you do besides post on X?
What do
What do
I
you do?
do? What do I do, man? Listen, I'm railing. I'm saying, hey, let's get the glyphosate out of our food.
That's
We
I
got
knew that
the
one.
stuff in our air and our water. I say, hey, let's everybody. It's springtime now, man. Let's get our favorite plants and animals and cultivate some abundance. Let's be really free. I think this is the answer to our biggest problems. Tastiest meals we can create locally, food purity, food security, our sovereignty. So yeah, it's
Got any?
having a blast helping out. Go ahead.
Was gonna say, you got any permaculture plans this year? Help anybody? Get any like food forests going on?
Yeah, I've been doing some consulting. I'm working with a friend. We're doing some rotational grazing. Got a couple cows and trying to scale that up. And yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
I'm all about the cows. Being a cowboy, man, I got a sick hat I've been wearing out there, keeping the sun off me. And man, these cows, it's they're just like all the animals. I love them.
What
This
about
one.
chickens? Got to ramp up
I
the
love the
chickens this
chickens
year.
too,
We're
man.
gonna
I
have
feel like a
to.
little dinosaur cowboy when I'm
Yes,
handling the birds, man.
want to get some.
Yeah, and
Cool.
yeah, fighting the good fight, man. We got chemtrails are spraying on us. They're still after free speech. They're shooting the babies up with mRNA vaccines still. So yeah, just trying to
A lot of vaccine talk
keep the
lately.
fire going.
Yeah. Hmm. There has been. Well, did
Yeah,
you saw the Rogan episode with the doctor on there, right? That was
I
pretty
was
excellent, right?
surprised they let that on YouTube, speaking of YouTube, right?
That was
Because
intense, huh?
they're so heavy with the censorship, man. And that thing was just 100% all about, talking
Mhm.
about, real science, unbiased. I know they're
Well,
not a
and
fan
and
of that.
well, and old politics, because of this old phrase that she kept using. That's like, nothing can be allowed to. I forget the exact way that it was said, but it was like nothing can be allowed to question the efficacy of of any virus or something to that effect. It was like some very old like policy that's been um, continually enforced since the beginning, I guess, of vaccines. And the way she picked apart polio, man, holy cow! Are you kidding me? Like the one argument, the biggest thing that you hear anyone bring up as soon as you want to complain about vaccines, what about polio? And like boom, they just like she went straight at it and just demolished it. Just took it apart, man. That was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody should
DDT,
watch
right?
that for sure. Mhm.
DDT is, and it's funny, supporting Kennedy. It's something that his uncle was dead against way back when in the '60s. Is DDT poisoning and spraying this? How widespread it was. Yeah, there's tons of videos you can find where they were just spraying this on the kids in the pool, and just unbelievable. And now, we don't even let farmers use it anymore. And so, you know, this, yeah, we still see in countries that use DDT still this sort of paralysis. So, yeah, really, really crazy. You know, you brought up Kennedy. Just recently, I
Yes.
think a couple of days ago now, Bernie Sanders and bioweapon Bill Cassidy, the two senators, they want Kennedy to come into Congress and explain some of these cuts he's doing in HHS. Look forward to that as a great opportunity for Kennedy to tell him, hey, listen, do you understand what's going on? Let's talk about the science and how we need to do better, because we've got
Yeah.
a lot of diseases going parabolic, and the only big difference is that we don't have safe food and medicine like other countries. We got to figure it out. We got to do unbiased research. So we need to clean house. We got a lot of corporate captured people in there, and Bernie Sanders. You should understand this. Bernie Sanders is one good thing that he's about is getting up on stage and railing against the industry interests, the corporate corruption. So he should get that.
Check this out here. This is along the same lines with from Secretary Kennedy. He says, "This is a difficult moment for all of us at HHS. Our hearts go out to those who lost their jobs, but the reality is clear. What we've been doing isn't working, despite spending $1.9 trillion in annual costs. Americans are getting sicker every year." That's kind of his. I mean, he's been saying that. I want to get to the meat of this here. The past 4 years alone, agency budget has grown 38%, yet outcomes continue to decline. We must shift course. HHS needs to be recalibrated, emphasize prevention, not just sick care. These changes will not affect Medicare, Medicaid, or other essential health services, no matter how many times your liberal friends tell you it will. No matter how many memes you see come out there. I mean, if it ends up doing that, then I mean, he's going to be, uh, he's going to lose a lot of support from people, I guess, if he was to come out as like that being a lie. Like if you like your doctor, you can keep it or whatever. If it's something like that, and they say, oh, oh, sorry, you actually are losing it. I don't know. I'm worried. I'm always worried about the double speak, but with him and with this, I believe it. I think it's something that is true regardless. Even if you like Kennedy or not, the HHS has been bloated and not doing things better for a long time. So I think everyone should be able to agree on that. But then they will just look at this and say, oh well, he's just lying. It's like, well, that part remains to be seen. It's up to you whether you have faith in the man or whether you're going to make assumptions or you just are more worried about the bad or the bad possibility of like maybe he's some kind of secret, it's like 4D chess and really he's just lying to you. But I don't see why. What would he stand to gain? That's the thing that people don't like to think of. The people that have the doom and gloom mentality, they don't. A lot of times they don't think it through. They're like, bad, just like it's not very depth oriented. Let's see what he says here. This overhaul is about realigning HHS with its core mission to stop the chronic disease epidemic and make America healthy again. Yes, it's a win-win for taxpayers and for every American we serve. Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. But the problem is when you're on Facebook all day, you don't see that. And a lot of the people I talk to are on Facebook, which is kind of one of the reasons I stay there, because I like to try to, I don't know, I'm trying to get information to people when I think they're just being misinformed, and I don't just go sharing all this stuff. And actually, I don't do a lot of political posts on Facebook, but I'll respond to people when they post something. I'll be like, oh, what do you think about this? And it's like, they get pretty mad over there too.
I was thinking that'd be a real cool, I think, like kind of like Facebook, series of posts. And like, hey, everything you missed the last 4 years of being censored here. Let's test Facebook's new,
Right.
relenting of all of the truth that's been happening and talk about all of the different, vaccine revelations that have come out, everything about ivermectin, everything that's been censored. They censored what the guy's who's the son? I'm forgetting his name now. Hunter Biden's notebook. Just on and on, censoring
Right.
everything, and
Well, they are definitely
it's just
in
crazy.
full swing in censorship. They supposedly have lightened up on the political censorship, but that remains to be seen. I do see more political posts now. I'm thinking that people were testing it, and I'm seeing a lot of big political sort of outlets, I guess, posting things, conservative outlets posting things on Facebook more. So I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I feel like there's still a certain number that if you're below that number of followers or influence or reach, your size of reach, they will censor you more because they can get away with it. They will censor the big dogs a little less now because those guys can convey, oh well, yeah, they have lightened up. Oh look, they are doing this, and so their reach is much further, and they can actually affect public opinion by saying they actually did lighten up the rules, or they gave me this back, or they fixed this account thing. And then but the people below that, like myself, like I mean, man, it's so frustrating when I know for a fact that there was no problem, but their whole appeal process and their help system through Facebook is just fake. Hey Diane, Poppin' Seeds came through as well on the YouTube. Cheers, brother. Diane, slow night on the Rumble tonight. I don't know what happened. If there's something going on with the systems, X was having a problem earlier too. Or just I find this happens a lot too. I set up. I'm a pretty consistent guy, Johnny. I do 5 shows a week, and I have them all scheduled. I do them at those times. I try to have things ready and available to talk about and to a purpose for the show, reason to be there. And a lot of my friends and fellow content creators, they might call them, or even sponsors, they decided to they like to decide to start a show right around the same time that I do mine. I don't know what the deal is, but you got like a lot of people within my known bubble that want to try to jam themselves in at the same time. It's crazy.
Well, this
But
is prime time, man. 9 p.m. Eastern.
I was told I
When
go
I think
live too
about when
late.
to do,
I was told, oh, that's too late.
yeah,
Now everyone just moved to
yeah.
the later time. Crazy. My bad. So I'm
Well,
looking
yeah.
at Farm Week
I would
now.
think prime would be 8 p.m. Eastern, and well, for the Eastern people. But then uh, yeah. So I don't know.
It's hard, and I'm not
It's
trying to
tough.
chase a time slot, but I do want to try to change all I have different times for different shows, which ultimately is not a good idea. I got to make a decision whether at mid morning or move them all to the same time at night. But here, well, let's go to this website from Farm Week Now. It is primarily based from Illinois, but it it does touch on a lot of national issues. Trump announces historic tariffs. A lot of farmers are pretty worried about these tariffs still, but I think it's going to work out. I hope so, and I'm gonna hope that it works out. I'm not gonna hope that it fails, but Diane says if you're not on one platform, I look on another one. We're on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick right now. I had to drop Facebook and X temporarily, hopefully. So April 3rd, so tomorrow, there's some new tariffs in effect. I thought it was the second. Did they move the day? Trump announced sweeping reciprocal tariffs across the world that will go into effect. So, what do you think? What do you think tariff wise, Johnny? You think it's going to overall be good for us to balance things out? Do you think it's going to actually allow us to get rid of taxes, income tax, like we used to not have to have income tax because of
I
tariffs?
think I think less taxes sounds pretty nice. I think that all the waste they're finding with Doge can go a
Mm-hmm.
long way towards that. Taking out some of this bloat, some of this fraud, some of the waste. Tariffs, look, I'll say this. I think as markets go, the more natural the better, as most things. This big globalist trade, like we see, they're growing pears in Argentina, shipping them to Thailand to package them, then shipping them back to the States in plastic. It's like, what is that? So there's some weird things when we get all of the this huge globalist trade going. I think it homogenizes our cultures. I think that these big international conglomerates, they remind me a lot of the old imperialists, like the Dutch India Company, right? So they're capturing our governments, right? They're writing the legislation in America, especially. I think maybe we're the ones that's the most captured, and it really has hollowed out the industrial base, right? Sent our manufacturing jobs away, and that's what Trump talks about is bringing those jobs back home. I'm a fan of that. I think that we should respect people's cultures in general more so. So we'll see how it all plays out. How heavy-handed they are. There's definitely going to be some short-term pain or some disruption, but yeah, in the long term, I could see it being a good net benefit. The tyranny suggested by these globalist types, World Economic Forum, on and on, all these bad guys. It's unbelievable what they're up to, what they're getting away with. The things they'll talk about, depopulation and the tyranny of 15-minute cities and getting people to eat GMO crickets and give up their red meat. So, standing up against this kind of globalist hegemony that's taken up over everything, I think that's good and something I like to see.
Look at that, 49% tariff on Cambodia. But look at if you're able to see a list of what what their tariffs are for us, or the reverse, I guess, whatever that would be called, and like Canada, wasn't this? I want to say it was commodities or like milk and eggs or something that they have like a 200% tariff on us to import, and it's just you know we need to balance some of this out. That's for sure. Baseline with a will be 10%, so 10% at least from all. So that's the very baseline. Interesting. Hmm. Yeah, that's. I think it's a good thing. We need to make more stuff here. Don't be caught with our pants down like we were last time. Diane says if they would just get rid of our tax on our house, would be nice. Yeah, I agree. Mine have gone up, and I don't even pay taxes. It's crazy. I'm paying like my monthly mortgage payment went up like $200, and I'm trying to track down why, and they want to point the finger in all directions. Um, I don't think we need to read any more about the tariffs, but it is supposed to go into effect tomorrow. Um, USMCA compliant goods will continue to see a 0% tariff. Okay, so specific goods that were negotiated during the USMCA, non-USMCA compliant goods will see a 25% tariff, and non-USMCA compliant energy and potash will see a 10% tariff. Okay. Hmm. Renewed push resurfaces for whole milk and school meals. Whole milk. I don't know. I don't think whole milk's even good for us, is it? What do you think?
Oh, I love whole milk. I'm a big fan. What do you think? You don't like
No,
whole milk? What do you prefer, skim milk?
I mean, are we talking like unpasteurized or not? Like because whole milk in the store, they add like vitamin D into it later because there's nothing in it after they pasteurize it. I have never personally had I don't know what you call it, fresh milk. There's like a term for
Raw milk,
raw
right?
milk. Yes, that's it. I've never had raw milk, and I know that would be like super good. But and I'm not gonna lie, I'll drink a little vitamin D milk, D or what do they call it, whole milk myself once in a while. I'll get like a half gallon. But my son doesn't drink milk. He doesn't like milk from the store at all. It's interesting, but I don't know. I think my problem with milk is that I like to eat things that I shouldn't eat with milk, and that's so if I don't buy the milk, I don't like cookies if I don't have some milk. You know what I mean? So I'll try to I put that stuff put that stuff down more. I'm trying to. I give myself a treat, but I cut way back. I drink a lot more water. I do some fasting. What do you find works best? I mean, you're always traveling around, man. I can't imagine that you're like going to random gyms, different towns. What do you do? Are you faster? Or are you just like to just eat
You know,
right?
I like the intermittent fasting, right?
Me
Take a
too.
break in the mornings. It seems to be something that works pretty well. Yeah, again, I blame the chemicals in our food that are messing up our digestion. So it's good to give that a
Mhm.
break, give it a chance to heal a little bit, and yeah, it's a good question.
Long event from Southern Illinois. We've had a lot of storms going on. I guess I have. Is it still up here? No, I don't see. I think it was it on X? I saw a storm warning on one of these sites, but I don't see it now. Hmm. Yeah, there were flash flood warnings and day after day of rain. I'm supposed to get my car washed and waxed on Friday. Damn it, Johnny. Probably not the month to get it washed. Maybe I should just get it detailed inside. I have a husky, so I gotta get it done. Uh, DTN agriculture meteorologist. Interesting. So they're just talking about weather, but we do have a lot of storms coming this week. So guys, keep an eye on that. News. We saw the Trump tariffs. Profit watch. CHN pauses equipment shipment. Okay. USDA releases 537 million in HBIIP funding. That's intriguing. See, this website is super boring, but that is one of the reasons I look at it because they literally hide some of the most important information in some of the most boring shit, whether that be political jargon or these big bills with hundreds of pages, right? Or like when they're talking about commodities like corn and wheat and soybeans, and they talk about the market and this and that, but so much of their, like, all these subsidies and so much of it runs off of those products that I don't actually agree with, because of the glyphosate, because of the fact that like wheat and corn and soybeans aren't there's not a lot. I mean, there's nutrients, I guess, but not crazy amounts of, like, someone once told me what all the good things are about corn, and I was like, I don't know, man. Corn just seems like feed and filler, like it's just filler calories. There might be a few things that are you can get out of it, but my point is, this seems like a big scam where they're subsidizing the corn and wheat and soybeans. You know what I mean?
That's a huge scam. That's exactly it. They're subsidizing toxic agriculture. It's a genocide. It's a Holocaust. They're taking us out and they're using our own tax dollars to do it. That's such a great point you make.
Surprised. Yeah, man. We're missing a bunch of regulars tonight. It's crazy. It's all right. People can watch the replay. But what is this here? The E85. Let's see, the program that helps provide funding to service stations to convert equipment to sell high ethanol blends such as E15, E85. I've not heard of E15, but Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins announced the release of the obligated funds under the. I was going to say something else. Obligated funds under the Higher Blend Infrastructure Incentive Program. Okay, that's what this is. That's what I wanted to find out. The HBIIP. That's a long one. The Higher Blends Infrastructure Incentive Program. Wow. For 534 projects in 29 states, including Illinois, the funding was frozen after President Donald Trump took office. So they released the funding. Okay. Look at that. The tyranny is lifted. The tyranny has lifted. The SDA will deploy energy investments that prioritize the needs of our rural communities, Rollins said. Through HBIIP, we will expand access to domestic homegrown fuels, which will increase good-paying jobs. Okay, so that's why they released those, because Trump is probably a little, I wouldn't say desperate, but he is driving towards getting the fuel costs lower for people. That's one of the things. Get the egg cost down, get the fuel cost down. If he can do those two things quickly, he's going to, probably gain support, I would say. Cripple Cannabis Cowboy, what's up, my guy? So weird, I couldn't find this on Rumble. I am live on Rumble. What is going on? Why, Rumble, why you gotta do this to me, man? I'm looking at it right now. Sheesh.
Yeah, I tried to bring up I clicked the Rumble button, and I guess it wasn't really playing. Maybe now I was thinking maybe that was because
Diane
it
was
knows
watching.
I can't watch myself, maybe. Or no, it's playing an ad
That
now. Maybe
shouldn't.
it's acting like it's gonna play. So I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I wonder if they. I always think something nefarious when I see an obvious drop where it's like way lower than like typical. Um, yeah, I see it here. It says 78 views, 43 minutes old. I'm in there now. Hi. I have it open on 3 different devices. Man. Well, anyway, I can't worry about that. Technical issues. I just can't. We're having a good conversation. It's a shame that people aren't able to see it right at this moment, but maybe they can watch it later. So that's all I can do about that. Anyway, this is interesting that it has to do with fuel that he released the money. So I wonder if that has to do with, hey, we need to get the gas prices lowered quick. So I do look at the. We'll just do this real quick to see anything going on with food news. What's going on in the food science realm? You like science? Banana that won't brown so fast. Scientists just made it happen. Oh no. Oh no. No. They got into our bananas, Johnny. They got into the bananas. No.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the mad scientists with the profit motive of billions of dollars. You know, these guys are incentivized to create blights, famines, plagues. We saw COVID was the greatest transfer of wealth in human history.
Oh
That was a
yeah.
heist.
Big
And
time.
so, you know, these guys are completely incentivized to create, you know, every sort of bad bug you can imagine. And we got to shut down these labs, folks. That's what the BLM riots were supposed to be about. Is like, hey, what are you doing? You guys are dropping virus pandemics on us now. And instead, you know, that just shows the power of the media, getting everybody all worked up about something else. So,
Yeah, it's always a misdirect. Olive oil byproduct. Next big. Why scientists are calling this olive oil byproduct a next big superfood? That doesn't seem good either. Let's see, scientists are breeding a new grapefruit. Oh my God, another one. What the? I guess I did
uh,
click on science, didn't I? Scientists are breeding a new grapefruit that won't interfere with your medication. I read about that last week, and yes, they're trying to create a grapefruit that will not naturally help you lower your blood pressure, which gets us away from using natural remedies and treatments instead of towards them, which is just this is great. Now you can go. Now you're free to take more blood pressure medication that we prescribe you that you have to go through your health insurance to get. No, don't eat that grapefruit. Now you can eat as many grapefruits as you like. High blood pressure folks. Just like why? Who's asking for that? Who's asking for that? Anybody? Jeez. Anti-nutrients.
yeah, I'm trying to quit all the medications I'm on, if I'm on any. Yeah, not. I
All
didn't know
right.
that
Look.
was a big problem. Grapefruit messing with.
Yeah, I haven't heard of anyone like I know it's a problem, but I don't think it's a big problem. So my son's mother has high blood pressure, and they tell people that have high blood pressure and are on medication, they will tell you not to eat things like grapefruit and other foods that lower your blood pressure. But like that just seems to defeat the purpose. Instead of taking the medication, just take those foods that lower your blood pressure. Am I wrong? Like, I don't understand. Like the doctor's telling you here, take this pill, but not the food. Because what do we know about doctors? That they work within the pharmaceutical, you know, runway. I don't know what you want when you call it, the slush fund of pharmacies, and they suckle at the teat of the pharmacy and get that kickback. Biotech breakthrough created a banana that resists browning, offering major benefits for food waste. Major benefits for food waste, meaning like the food lasts longer on the shelf. That's just benefits to make more money. It looks plastic. It looks like a movie banana, like a video game banana or something. It doesn't look like a banana that we'd want to eat. Scientists use CRISPR gene editing to create a banana that stays yellow longer, reducing food waste and expanding shelf life. Wow. Diane, I eat grapefruit and I have high blood pressure. Well, that should help you. It should be helpful, right? Diane, do you check your blood pressure like on a regular basis?
No, I've never. That's not an issue for me. So, you
I
know,
was asking Diane in the comments there. She said she eats grapefruit and she has high blood pressure. So I wanted to follow up and ask her if it actually helps lower her blood pressure. Um, Perry Wood, what's up, man? Over on the YouTube. Come on back. Come on over to Rumble. Trying to get up to 10 people at least on the Rumble. It's kind of a slow night, but I'd like to read an ad. My goal is to make $1 every time I go live. I got to go live for 30 hours this month, and I should be able to apply for the creator program on Rumble. Let's go. Approved for sale in multiple countries. It's approved for sale in multiple countries, including the United States and Canada. Banana is expected to hit store shelves by 2025. Now, I don't think they could say organic, right? You couldn't sell that for organic, could you? Don't think so.
I
Almost
don't
every
think
day.
so. No.
For hypertension, Diane? Okay. Nobody. Perry Wood, come over to Rumble. Come on. Man, this is crazy. I started the week off with 40 people in the show, and today we're struggling to get up to 10. Something's going on the interwebs tonight. All right, so we don't need to read more about the banana. They used their science mumbo jumbo. Just kidding. Yeah, they used a CRISPR. There's probably not much more there we can go. This is a bit of a sensational website for those cannabis enthusiasts and psychedelic enthusiasts out there. A little bit of politics going on here. Oklahoma activists file new marijuana legalization initiative for 2026. I thought Oklahoma was legal. Maybe I'm wrong. Top Pennsylvania lawmaker says Democrats are ready to pass marijuana legalization bill, but we will need Republican support. Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. I mean, I'm okay with some states being legal and some not. And obviously, some of you out there might be saying, well, F you because my state's not legal. But the whole purpose of the United States is to have that experiment going on where different states have different rules and different ways of doing things. And so that you are allowed to move around. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some states like California that want to charge you if you want to move out of California. Clearly, you wouldn't move out of it for cannabis reasons, but California has a lot of other reasons why people would want to move out of it, and now they want to charge you when you want to move out, which is just it's like, oh no, we need your tax dollars, you got to stay here. It's like, what? That's like a ghetto trap kind of. That's like trying to trap people in their ghetto state, basically. So that's an issue, and I feel for the people in I was gonna say Colorado, but California. I actually, whenever I talk to friends in California, I'm like, you need to move out of there, get out of that place. But that's just my opinion. Take it for what you will. Let's see what else we got. Maryland bill to let adults make marijuana edibles and concentrates at home heads to the governor. The governor, okay, Maryland. Supreme Court side. Are you in a legal state, Johnny?
Oh, Florida's funny, man. No, we're just medicinal so far, and they actually want to do a ballot measure. And of course, it's again, it's they want to do a big business one now, right? They don't want to make it where you can have your 6 plants or whatever as a individual citizen. They want to just make it so you need to have these, big boondoggle, permits for everything. So that was something I was thinking about. Like I know this big legislation's going through. It'd be cool if somebody was pushing through like a some legislation that was more for the people. Like let the weed be free. If this is a potent medicine, people should be able to grow it in their homes, in their gardens, and just leaving it up to the bad guys to do what they will with it. We see that it doesn't work so well pretty
Well, I think
often.
they want to not produce, but over process it and package it and add in some byproducts from some companies by having a contract to get rid of their waste for them, and all these shady things they do with their food and other drugs now. I feel like they're just trying to sink their hands in deeper before they really fully say that they allow it. Every time you've seen a state go legal, there's been all sorts of things that shady things happening with the quote legalization. And not only that, but once they make it happen, a year or two later, they'll just try to change it, write new legislation, take away take more or less take away from the regular person and give all these caveats to companies, big conglomerates that are buying up all of the contracts and the different licensing to be able to sell and to grow and all that stuff. They're trying to corporatize most of it. It's pretty sad, but there's a couple other pretty good headlines here. Supreme Court sides with trucker who was fired over THC test following use of CBD products. See, now that's interesting because there is something to be said with the fact that a lot of CBD products have higher amounts of THC in them than they're supposed to have. But for the most part, you're not supposed to have any THC in a CBD product. So that's an interesting story. And then this one says Trump's veterans secretary had an eye-opening psychedelic talk with RFK Jr. and he plans. Oh, oops, I messed up. And he plans to press Congress to act. Okay, so just mushrooms, I guess. Margaret, what's up? Sir Steve-O, what's up? We should be able to read an ad now soon. So we can read one of these here in a minute. Where we at? We passed an hour. Let me check real quick here. I do want to we're almost to an hour now. Let me see if they give me oh man, I'm going to have to refresh. You're going to be, give me like 1 second, Johnny. You're going to be by yourself on the screen for one moment.
I got a lot to say, and now you guys are going to hear about it. Okay, look, we got to get the poison out of our air, food, and water. Enough is enough already. We need our free speech. We need our lives. We need our liberties. You know, these bad guys are up to no good for far too long now. And, bro, what do we swap sides of the screens, bro? I like being on the right side. I don't know about this. Oh, there we go. Much better.
Right. I didn't actually know how to do that until recently, so you're lucky I found out. Wow, that's crazy. It's saying that we might have to do it one more time. It should unlock on any moment. Have you ever heard of 1775 coffee? I've read the ad like 3 times now, but it seems to be the only ad they give me in the beginning. Like every time, the same ad. It's a Rumble brand coffee, so
I hadn't heard of that. That's interesting.
They have a colorful ad to read for it, but let's see if it comes up. But anyway, Sir Steve-O in the house. Diane, I don't trust the government or the pharmaceutical companies with the control of my cannabis. Well, that's the problem. Is I think that they don't like cannabis because they're not in control of it. The same thing goes with psilocybin and other psychedelics, which, you know, there's a lot of psychedelics which are intense, much more intense than cannabis, and I think there can be a distinction between the two, and it seems like they are. They're not lumping them together. I'm surprised they aren't trying to lump them together, because cannabis is a quote psychoactive, and they can be like, oh, psychedelic, well, let's combine these together and, you know, regulate them all. And they also created this false dichotomy between hemp growers and cannabis growers because you have different legalities to both, and different they separated them, and they make it where it's much harder to get a license to grow cannabis than it is to grow hemp. And now hemp growers can grow THCA, which we know is the precursor to THC, and now THCA is actually legal federally because of the Farm Bill. And so because of this, now there's a fight between cannabis and hemp growers. But the fight should be with the government, not between each other. But they've created this two sides thing to make them be busy fighting each other, which is, you know, I guess genius, but that's something they've always done, divide and conquer, right? It's pretty sad. I think we need to be able to use hemp for textiles, and I think we should be able to grow both, you know. Anyway, there should be something else to find on X, but I think I'm going to pull the wheel up for subscribers real quick. Spin that last wheel for this week. Johnny, you know, obviously, if you need to go anytime, man, you're welcome. But it's been fun. I always go to a few different websites. I try to check out some current events, current news. X is a really good one for that. Are there any accounts that you think we could look up that have some good health and wellness news that we could check out?
Oh man, well, I don't
There's a
know
lot of
here.
them,
Let
right?
me think here for a sec.
It's okay.
You
I'm
know,
setting up this wheel.
I can talk about Kennedy trying to close this grass loophole. This came out a couple weeks ago. This is an acronym for
Okay,
generally recognized as safe, and
I've not heard of
this is
this.
good to see. This is something they've been doing for a good, I think, since '97. Is they've just been doing a lot of letting any new chemical in. Doesn't need any oversight. Doesn't need any authority. So, yeah. But it's been real, man. It's been good to see you. And until next time, Waylon, man, keep on keeping on, man. I'm
Hey,
with you in
thank you.
spirit.
Thanks a lot for coming on. We try to keep it relaxed. We're getting some people coming in now. Appreciate you guys for commenting. Hit that like button. Go check out Johnny over on X at Plant Paradise 7. Plant Paradise 7.
Yes, yes,
Be seeing you,
y'all. I'm
man.
trying to tell everybody get your favorite plants, fruit trees, and chickens, your animals, and they're going to give us everything we need to give us independence from the globalist tyrants, real freedom from the nonsense. And yeah, it's in our blood. It's who we are. It's what we've always done across millennia, across eons, across all our cultures. Let's cultivate abundance, save the seeds and share them, feed the bunnies, water the flowers. Let's plant paradise everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Well, so good to see you, Waylon.
We'll see you, man. They're selling fruit trees on at the grocery store nearby, so that's pretty cool.
I
But
love
yeah,
that.
I'll just put it on me here as you go out. Yeah, thanks a lot, Johnny Paradise. Go check him out on X. I follow a lot of good people that are in that sort of community, that kind of circle on X of MAHA yourself, educate yourself, bring yourself a little bit more um, health and wellness, whatever that's a tiny step or as many steps as you can make. Let's see, 13. Brenda, I know Brendra Bryler was 13, so let's take that one out. Let's go over to the locals and see, refresh the screen, see if anybody else jumped in on the number post. Brendra's number 13 and she won, so we got to take off a couple numbers. All right. I'll refresh one more time. Okay. Cool. Let's take these off here. Yeah, interesting. We had a great conversation, but really a weird night with the algorithm on Rumble, but it's okay. Should get some rewatches if anybody missed it. Maybe there's something happening. Maybe there's some stuff going on somewhere else live right now. All right, let's spin number 2. Spin number 2 for this week. Yeah, that's Diane. We got Diane, Search Stevo. We got Margaret in the house. Who's over on the YouTube? Is that you, Perry? Perry, and nobody can find me on the Rumble. We had 10, but it didn't give me my normal campaign read. I really want to read this one that says "Be Naked." But we need 33 people in here for that one. One day we'll read of the "Be Naked." We will find out what it means to be naked. One day. Number 11. Okay. We Grow Wednesday with Johnny Paradise. Guest Jonny Paradise. Okay, we got a number 11 as our winner. Let's find out who it is. That would be Kayla. You win, Kayla. Congrats. You win. Or won. You won. There we go. Oops. We need to open that. Is there anything I didn't check just yet? I don't think so. Fired 20,000 employees from HHS. So, this is interesting. Republican Senator Jim Banks calls a fired HHS worker a clown after the man followed him around demanding he get his job back. Could not have timed the elevator door closing better than this. Worker, are you going to do anything to stop what's happening? Banks, you probably deserved it. Worker, why did I deserve it? Banks, because you seem like a clown. Then boom. Boom, there goes the door. Interesting. Hey, look, do clown things, get response, I guess. Not going to get sympathy like that. San Francisco HHS worker of 25 years is devastated after getting laid off via email. Learn to code. Interesting. Calling a recently laid off HHS worker a clown that started. Okay, it was the same story. 10,000 workers. Okay. This one says 10,000. The other one said 20,000. Oh, well. All right, let's just see what's happening in there. Smashley in the house. All right, that's Greg. Brother G-Lo over on X. All right. Well, we had a lot to say earlier. Now that everyone's here, I'm not going to go back and say it all again, but we can see if they're going to give me this silly read. I'll be right back. Nope. Very strange. It's like a timer on it, maybe, or something. I don't know. All right, cool. Well, that's all good. I do need to switch to Rumble Premium at some point. If you guys haven't paid for Rumble Premium, it's kind of like it's almost like a verification badge, except it gets you into the premium content on Rumble. I will have to do some hours of premium content here coming up soon in the program. Yeah, I got that already. Number 11 was. What did I say it was? Oh, yeah, it was Kayla. Let's play some tunes. Let's play some tunes. Let's see. Repeat, please. Yeah, repeat the first hour, could you? Well, it's gonna cost you. Start hitting those Rumble rants down below. Tell me Rumble rant for on-screen dab. I don't do the on-screen dabs anymore. Probably shouldn't do them anyway if I'm going to join the program. But I will do some in the after sesh over on Locals, which everyone commenting has access to. 12 awesome people in the house, though. Give me the 1775 coffee read, and then we'll go. Come on. Just do it one more time. They're like, no, we gave it to you 3 times. I'm going to keep reading the same ad to make $1. Well, why not? Give it to me. So with 5G free, we got Positive, and then we got Be Naked. Be Naked sounds like a good one to read. You guys could hit that reshare button on Rumble. I would appreciate that. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Thank you very much. He grows everything from day to night. Listen to his tales. By a show of hands, who 3 likes? 3 likes? Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. Name the price. Okay. Name the price. Well, is this loud? Is the song loud to you guys? To my voice? It might be. I can test this clear. Waylon the indoor farmer, he's got the greenest thumb, tending to his veggies and herbs, all under one roof. Waylon the indoor farmer, he's got the greenest thumb, tending to his veggies and herbs, all under one roof, with lights a-shining, soil just right. He grows everything. That is pretty loud on the... It's not loud in my headphones, though, and my headphones are turned all the way up, which is sad. What if I do something like this? Something like this. And it's louder in my headphones. Let's see. May have fixed it. Nope. Did not fix it. Wow. Wow, that's weird, Rumble. Need to fix that because I gotta have it on like nothing and it's still pretty loud to you guys. That's why I have to adjust it so much. Alright. I can't drink coffee this late. Would never sleep. 1775 coffee. You can drink it even at night. No, I'm just kidding. Hard to light my lighter with the ceiling fan on. Yeah, I can imagine that. All right, guys, let's get it. Let's see. Hashtag WTIF if you plan to go over to the after show, and we can watch some Kill Tony, have some laughs, do some dabs in the private sesh. I just want to see if anybody's interested to head over there. If not, I can do my own thing. Diane, we were having some laughs last night, weren't we? Okay, Steve-O, have you gone and looked at the? Have you seen any of the after show videos over there? Just curious. Diane, we're gonna be starting from where we left off on Kill Tony here in a minute. All right. That's crazy. Let me do this here. So I lowered the audio of the screen all the way to 0. I wonder if you can still hear the music right this second. Once or twice. Yeah, it's nothing, nothing crazy, but we let it loose over there. I can come paint cabinets. Okay, that's fine. All right, cool. Well, we are gonna. What's this button do again? All platforms rumble only. The normal stream is available on all platforms. Okay. All right, let's just close that and let's go. I'm ready to go. No kid tonight. It's time to play. Yeah. Well, it was a fun conversation with Johnny. I just kind of wanted to get a little caught up with him, see what he's out there doing. Just really trying to push to awareness. I think is his biggest thing. He does some pretty big spaces over there on X, the audio spaces. So go check him out. But we're going to be over on Locals in about 2 minutes. So if you want to hit that follow or that join button down below, it's $2 a month to get into the private after sesh, plus all the perks and the giveaways and the game night and everything else. So thank you guys. We'll see you in a minute. Have a good night, guys. Remember, everybody's got to eat.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm wailing the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro setup, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor